Hey, this is day 14 of 31 Days of Horror with me, Alex. I'm trying to sit as comfortable as possible here because the movie I picked for today wasn't a very good choice. It was a frankly terrible choice. I'm about to share my opinion on Poltergeist. This movie comes right from the very bottom of my to watch pile. I pretty much picked it just to make up the numbers. I've never seen it before, and I didn't even finish it. I couldn't even finish this movie. So I'm about to share my not so high opinion of this film. If you happen to enjoy Poltergeist, do go and watch something else. I had no expectations whatsoever with this movie. Tobe Hooper is very much hit and miss with me. I reckon he's made 3 films which are interesting and the rest are variable. Poltergeist also has like Steven Spielberg slapped all over it. When I saw like Steven Spielberg and Frank Marshall come up at the beginning, I was like, okay, this doesn't look good. It starts out really dull. The opening credits it's like a 1950s movie. It's slow moving and really quite comatose. So I struggled with the first 10 minutes of the movie when this family gets introduced. I'm not going to go into the details of the plot because it's a fairly well-known film. It's about this family and some creepy stuff starts happening. So first 10 minutes into the film you get pretty terrible music. I think it's Jerry Goldsmith. Really awful instances of Mickey Mousing. Tobe Hooper, whatever you may think about his movies, at least when he was involved, he had the decency of finding some unusual sound solutions for his best movies. Not the case here. Really quite boring mainstream music, squeaky. It reminds me of some of the worst Alfred Hitchcock scores, like by Dimitri Tiomkin and things like that, where it's just some kind of music to slap over the visuals, which doesn't really bring anything. It was a really miserable family which the story centers around. I didn't want to follow through with their how they battle this poltergeist. I didn't want to know. This girl, there is this helium voiced blonde girl. The kids, there is 3 kids and none of them have any intelligent dialogue. The only good line of dialogue, I braved about 40 minutes of this movie. The only one good line came at about 30 minutes. It was just one brief line. The acting from the kids was, I don't want to say atrocious, but they definitely didn't act very natural, and there are great instances of child acting and Poltergeist isn't really one of them. There were 1 or 2 things I liked, incidental things. I loved the cloud effects. There is that old-fashioned special effect with the kind of black cloud spreading very quickly over the horizon. You've seen it if you've seen the original Ghostbusters, or if you've seen Warlock. It's the same effect in all those movies. I'm not sure how they achieved it. Looks pretty cool, so that was nice. And there was that creepy looking, very fake looking tree outside the kid's window that was also brilliant. Seeing the tree in the fog, that was beautiful, but that's about it. Another fun thing, which kind of was a minor redeeming factor for me, having seen the beginning of Poltergeist, now I know where screenwriters of Lucio Fulci's Manhattan Baby stole their ideas from, and now I know where Umberto Lenzi stole his horrible clown puppet from for his movie Ghost House, because I'm more into European and Italian films, so I've never seen Poltergeist up to now, and now I realize what those movies I mentioned, what they were modeled on. So there is definitely a lot of Poltergeist. There is a lot of Poltergeist borrowings in those films, Manhattan Baby and Ghost House. Poltergeist is so packed with consumerism. This blonde girl, it starts off with her pet canary bird sort of dropping dead, and mom wants to flush it down the toilet, and the kid already wants a goldfish. Then all she has to say, I want some pizza. So she's not very deep, that girl. None of them are, actually. It's just a very boring family, and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to root for them, because they were so disposable. When the big tree came to life, I wished it just ate them all, and that would have been a fair end for, it could have been a really grotesque 30-minute movie. Oh, it was tiresome. There was a lot of product placement. They had to buy things. It all was fixated with products. There was like roller skates, beer cans, toy cars. It was like a toy shop movie where there was really no feeling, no room for any real life except consume, consume, consume. And the children were stupid, and parents looked fed up with their boring life. And when these odd things start happening, it's too late to give a shit, really. So that's more or less, I'm done with this review. I didn't set this channel up to bash movies. It's just this happens this month. I do discover a lot of movies firsthand, and I have to also be quite frank, and I think that was a pile of shit. Poltergeist, Tobe Hooper, what a pile of shit. So that was day 14 of 31 Days of Horror. Thanks a lot for sticking around. Sorry for such a negative review, but it had to be said.